Hello and welcome to Purpose Driven Wealth. In today's episode, we continue our conversation on money mastery, wealth creation, and financial freedom. And I want us to tackle an angle on money that has been close to my heart for a while. I want to talk about financial fitness. How fit are you as far as money is concerned? Now, think about that imagery of fitness for a moment. Imagine, for example, that somebody walks into the gym, or maybe you walk into the gym today and it's your first time ever walking into the gym. Now, you are not expected when you walk into the gym to deadlift 200 kilograms immediately. Instead, the fitness instructor will assess your level and establish a plan for you to move from where you are gradually until you are able to lift the 200 kgs. So if we use that as a mirror of financial fitness, then think about it. One of the mistakes that we have made over the years around financial fitness is that we never ask that question: how fit are you financially? Where are you starting from? And different people start from different levels, and depending on the level you're starting, there will be different set of exercises for you to move from where you are to where you decide to be. So I want to explore that. I want to explore financial fitness, and I want to discuss some of the levels that are there, and at each level, what are you expected to do? What should you do to be able to leverage the growth opportunities you have and move into a greater level? So these are the 5 levels of financial fitness that I want to discuss. The first level, I would say, is the level we call crisis. So let's bundle it all together under this level of crisis. What crisis means is that the person is living in a state of what we can call financial slavery. For example, they're living from salary to salary, or they have constant financial anxiety, or borrowing for essentials, or having no emergency buffer. So at this point, money controls the person. Money controls the person, and the pursuit of finances seems to be an unending chase. That person is in a state of crisis. They have no plan, they have no savings, they have no buffers, and they have no strategy. A majority of people are at this level and basically surviving from month to month. The second level I want us to address after crisis is stability. So stability, what that means is the person has made a few steps and they are out of the crisis mode and they are into a level of stability. So what that means is your bills are covered consistently, and even though you have regular income, but it is basic. There are basics at every level. Basics of budgeting, basics of financial stewardship. And you've stopped the leakage that was there at the crisis level, but now you're still not at the level of growth. There's still a few barriers. Now, at this level, the person should aim to build systems and create consistency, because it is not enough just to break out of crisis. You must then ascend to the next level, which is a level of fitness I call growth. Now, moving from just stability into growth, at growth, this is where now you begin to expand. Your money actually starts to grow. So you're not just earning money, you are also growing it. And some of the symptoms, characteristics of this level is you're more consistent in your savings, you're more consistent in debt reduction, you're more consistent in learning, investing, and pursuing additional income. So your money here starts to grow. In other words, from month to month, from this month to the next month, you're not starting at the same level. You have achieved a certain measure of growth, and you're not resetting back to zero like the person who is in crisis. Now, at level of 4 of fitness, we call it acceleration. At this level of acceleration, you moved beyond just growing to accelerating to multiplying. You're creating momentum, and here, wealth creation becomes intentional and scalable. So scalability, you're able to scale your income, you're able to move faster. You have investments that are producing returns, your business, so scalable assets, and your opportunities continue to increase. And so the idea here is, how do I multiply what's already working? Yeah. Okay, so that's at the level of acceleration. Now, the final level I want to discuss is a level of freedom. Let's call it freedom. I want to call it freedom because this is a level of mastery and stewardship that sets you in a place where money works for you, where you're a master of money and not the other way round. The symptoms here are that your choices are not determined by financial pressure. You're not making your decisions from a point of financial pressure, and also you have room because your investments are able to sustain your lifestyle. You're not sustaining your lifestyle from just income, but from investments that you have grown. And also, this level of freedom is where you know, your time, your resources, your relationships are greater aligned to life's purpose. Now, I introduced the subject of life purpose because connecting purpose to finances is a critical key for achieving freedom as far as money is concerned. So the primary question at this point is that what I am building at this point, is it venturing beyond myself? So start asking legacy questions when your money journey expands beyond yourself. Now, like physical fitness, financial fitness is grown through consistent exercises, Now, it's important that you do consistent exercises that align with the level that you are in. Now, the number one problem is when people try to deal with financial fitness at a level in which they are not. So let me give you some examples that I've noted down. For example, somebody who is at level 1 but trying to work with a level 4 strategy. So for example, the person is in crisis. They're looking for investment opportunities when what they should do is build an emergency or a contingency fund, for example. Or they want to start a business when what they need is stop bleeding and build cash flow. They want to develop they need to develop financial discipline, but instead they are looking much higher. They're thinking of buying assets and things like that. So it is important that the exercises given at each level resemble or match the level of financial fitness that you currently have. And when you achieve this, when you're able to do this, then you're able to take steps that align with the level you are, that helps you then to get to the next level. Your financial breakthrough is not one leap. It is moving faithfully from one level of fitness to another, continually building capacity, building muscle as you grow. Thank you so much for watching. For this and more, please like, subscribe, and share the video with your friends. Thank you so much.